There comes a time in every storage's life where you have to just take it out and put it to pasture. Or time to upgrade it. And that's what we're doing here today. Hello, my name is RCKY, the YouTube tech guy. Hey guys, so today on Check Out the Tech, we are going to show you how to upgrade your SSDs in your laptops today. So I'm gonna show you the steps I'm gonna take. I got a new 2 terabyte SSD that I'm gonna be swapping out my 1 terabyte with, and I have a little enclosure for an NVMe. So this is going to show you step by step how to upgrade your storage. All right, now these are the 3 things you are going to need in order to move over from your old SSD to your new one. First thing you're gonna wanna do is know which SSD you have in your laptop. For the past 3 to 4 years, you should have an NVMe M.2 SSD. Now before that, there was different PCIe types and a lot of different ones in the transition from 2.5, which were the bigger ones, to now these. So there was a transition period, but any modern one should be this one. You can check by obviously opening up your laptop or just searching your exact model number. You find your exact model number, you can find which SSD you have. Now, once you have that, you also need an enclosure to actually transfer everything over. More modern ones will be either Thunderbolt 3 or at least Type C. And this one I really like because of the fact that you can actually not only unlock it, but you don't even need a screw to put it in, which is kind of a waste because you don't really need to have a screw to put these in. So when you get this, just gonna open it up. And this little storage is 2 terabytes, which is what I'm upgrading to. And then you just go ahead and put it in the right way. Put it down like this. As you're putting it down, you can actually bend this little rubber part back. And there you go. So I did not need to actually have it screwed in and then screw out, which would you do with most other enclosures. Links will be in the description down below, but I just really like this one for that reason. And then it just locks and unlocks very easily right there. All right, and so that one is ready now. And now you will use our software to transfer everything over. All right guys, so when you first plug in your external SSD, it's not gonna be recognized by Windows, at least not most of the time. It will need to be formatted. Now, how we do that is you're just going to go down to the search button and type in format. And the first thing that should come up is create and format hard drive disk partitions. Since we already have that pulled up, let me show you right here, mine. Now, everyone's looks different. I happen to have 3 right now. You might have 2, you might have 4, just depends on you. So the disk 1 in my case is the one with Windows, and you know that because it has recovery partitions. Typically Windows will always create recovery partitions. And this one that's unallocated is my brand new one. So that's why it's not showing up there. So now I'm gonna just create a new volume, and I just go by all the basics for the letters. It's just gonna fall in line to whatever the next letter would be, and simple and easy. You don't need to do anything crazy. Again, right now, we're just making a simple volume. This is a default for mine, and you can name it if you want to name it something else on volume label. This will be erased anyway, but for now, I'm just going to call it New Windows. And then just click Finish. Once it's done formatting, you will see that it is going to now appear on our computer. So now it's there. Blank, empty, and ready to do something with. All right, so now that we have our external SSD plugged in, we're going to mirror our current SSD to the new one. And one way you can do this is with Reflect 8 Free. This is a free software that allows you to clone devices. So this will basically allow you to clone your internal SSD to the new one. Or if you do have a brand that you happen to have one built in, like Samsung does, they have their own software, and we'll have this linked in the description down below, but it is called Data Migration. It's a great software. I've used it many times and it's just very easy to use. So we're going to use that for this case scenario, but again, there is the regular Reflect Free to do it for any other SSD. And so basically with the Samsung Data Migration, you're just going to select your existing one, select the new one, and then do start. And that's it. You'll see how much it'll fill up, and it's just gonna tell you that your computer will turn off after this is done. And there it goes. So this will take a long process depending on how much of SSD you had to begin with and how much you're moving up to. So for mine, this took me around 40 minutes or so. So it's gonna be different for everyone, like I said, so it just depends on you and how much storage you've taken up. But again, for about 803 gigs, it took about 40 minutes on mine. Oh, and one other important thing to note is if you do have a Type-C connection, make sure it's your fastest one. If it has a little lightning bolt next to it, that means Thunderbolt. That does mean that it will guarantee the fastest transfer on your laptop that you have. All right, and the last thing you're gonna wanna do is now take off your laptop bottom, and you're gonna take off the screws in order to install your SSD. Now, the important thing to know with laptops is that you always usually have one hidden screw. It's usually below some kind of seal or sticker or rubber feet. So if you get all the obvious ones out and it's still not coming out, that means it has one hidden one. Sometimes again, it could be under a sticker or something along those lines, but it's really easy to take out. And especially if you have an automated one that will really make it easy to drill and undrill. I'll have this link in the description down below. And let's go ahead and pop it open. And one thing I would recommend doing is, if you haven't done it for a long time or if you've never opened up your laptop, want to get some canned air and just clean it up a little bit. Mine wasn't too bad. I think I put my other storage in about a year ago, so it's not too bad. Airflow is pretty good in this one, but just something to always recommend. All right, and now the thing I love about MSI is mine is pretty much cleanly laid out. So my RAM is right here to swap, and my two M.2s are right here. Now, it's gonna vary between everyone, but basically you're looking for the one that came with it. So this is the one I added last year, and now this is the one I'm taking out because I backed up Windows to it. So my new one is going to have Windows on it and another terabyte full of storage, which this one was already maxed out at. Now for this one, I could always use to upgrade another laptop. So that's the nice part about this, is when you upgrade one laptop, you might be able to upgrade another one. So for my daughter, she has a 512 NVMe in her laptop, so I'm gonna probably upgrade it to the 1 terabyte now, as long as everything's compatible, of course. So going to take this one out. And be very careful not to lose this one right here. Go ahead and pop it up. And it is taken out. Now for this one, they kind of kept it level with these little pads here to make sure that it would stay level. And you can reuse them if you need to. It's not uncommon for you to have that with the original one, but it's something you might have to do. If it comes original, then you might need it for the height wise, just so it stays level. All right, now we're taking this one out. Again, very easy. I love this because I didn't have to screw it in, so it's just super quick and easy to do that. So I did swap out the cooling pads on there just to kind of give it the same kind of aesthetic. And I do want to let you know, one thing you can now do with this is make an external hard drive. You have a 1 terabyte NVMe in my case, or a 512 or whatever your old one is you're upgrading, and you can use this as an external hard drive now. You do have to, of course, format it so that it's blank again, but it's just really nice to be able to do everything very nice and easy. Now, I want to recommend you don't do that till you actually have everything set in terms of make sure your laptop works and everything is fine. But once you have that ready to go and it's been working for at least 2 weeks or so, then I would feel very comfortable wiping this out and turning it into external hard drive as well, which an NVMe external hard drive of this size would cost about $150 for a 1 terabyte in this case. So it's a way to save money in a sense when you upgrade your SSD. All right, and there we go. So now I'm gonna pack this up and it should be good to start up again with a bigger storage. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, now I did put all the screws in, but one little tip I would recommend is if it is your first time trying this and you're not really sure if it went perfectly well, I would actually just screw in the 4 corners first, test it up, plug it in, make sure everything's running properly. If it is, then bring it back and screw everything back in. So just a little tidbit of recommendation from having done this a long time. I just make sure that it's working first and then doing it. I'm pretty confident in this, but obviously if it's your first time especially, test it first and before you have to put all the screws back and maybe unscrew everything if you didn't mount it correctly or something went wrong. As you can see here, our new SSD is now installed and it's just like our old one except with a lot more storage. All right guys, and that was our episode for today. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys upgrade your own storage after watching this video? If you did, how much storage did you upgrade to? I have to admit, I'm a little afraid that I might fill this 2 terabyte up just as quickly as I did the 1 terabyte. But we'll have to wait and see. Thank you as always for watching, and let us know what other videos you want to see in the Check Out the Tech series. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.